Hello.
Hello.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Hi. How are you?
I am good. I am good.
I can't quite see you there.
You can't see me.
No.
Why not?
I don't know. It's not coming up. Maybe your video's turned off.
No, it's turned on.
Oh.
I absolutely have it on. Let me see here. Video is on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hi.
Perfect. Perfect.
How are you?
Nice to meet you. I'm good, Malik. Are you still in India this morning?
Yeah, I am.
When do you guys fly back?
Wednesday.
Oh my goodness. And when does school start?
I think it starts on Monday, but we have to go early, so for us it's on Friday.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, how do you want to go about this?
So I just have a few questions, like the ones I emailed you before. So I was wondering if I could ask you those questions and tell you a bit more about Energize as well.
Perfect. And I just want to say, I'm going to be in London on the 7th and the 8th of September.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
If you want to meet up, if you want to introduce me to the girl you want me to mentor, I've also spoken to the people here in the office.
Mm-hmm.
And we were thinking if we want to make it a little bit more of a stronger program, that we can help, get some other mentors, speak to the kids, whatever, we can maybe develop it a bit more for you as you prefer.
That would be great.
Okay.
Because I have to go do the presentations in the schools in September. So that's when the girls that I would like you to mentor will sign up in a way. So maybe then I can send you their contact details once they feel that they really need the help.
Yes, of course. And we've got an organization here that we're very active at AT&T to support, especially with STEM. Right? We have this already established as a program that's been launched globally. And I've been engaged with a lady here who's working it from the Belgian perspective. And we will see if we can bring in the UK side or we can come in from the Belgian side. It's always it's nice to see the development and the energy and the interest, right? That it's very motivating.
Yes.
Good.
So thank you for taking out the time. It's been a bit busy and everything. I know with your schedule as well. But thank you for taking out the time so I can interview you. And like I shared with you, Energize is a campaign to motivate and encourage young girls into science. So encouraging them to pursue science and STEM careers after school, and so that they have a wide range of opportunities when they go into the career field. Because right now what I saw when I was working in the lab was I saw that the ratio of men to women wasn't that high, so there were more men compared to women. And in my own school, I saw that the people opting out of science were much more than the people like doing humanities. So a lot more people want to pursue humanities later than science. So it's something that when I asked a few of my friends, they said that, oh yeah, but I don't want to be a doctor or a scientist. And the fact is you can do so much more after science than just those 3 or 4 professions. So I thought about pursuing this because I love science and it gives me such a logical and structured way of thinking. So I wanted to share my passion with the other girls as well.
Oh, I think that's great. Especially when you have a passion and that is where that motivation comes from, right? If you want to take it to the next step and you want to share the enjoyment, because it's really enjoying it.
Yeah.
And once you enjoy something, there's nothing that stands in your way, right? It's just full steam ahead, and I think people actually see the energy that you get and the fun that you drive out of having a passion for something. It may not even just be studies, but whatever it may be in life, right? It's in you, it's in your character, right? And that also makes you a natural leader. So the fact that you are there, you're taking a step forward, you're seeing that you have learned something, you want to share it with other girls,
Mm-hmm.
because perhaps they haven't had the opportunity to understand what they're missing out on.
Mm-hmm.
And when you share that with them, they get hooked on, simply just because they get hooked on your energy and your motivation, your excitement around something. They think, oh, I never thought of that. And that just creates two parts. One, you're teaching somebody something they're not aware of, and number two, you're actually showing, and that leadership is created in you on how to bring the crowd behind you and to take them forward, right? At least to show them something new.
Yes. So I would just like to ask you a few questions in relation in your journey through STEM and where you are now. So, as a highly successful woman in a different career, could you share a bit about your experiences and your roles and responsibilities now?
Sure. Well, today what I do is I lead a team of very strong, talented people in different countries, right? In Europe, Middle East, Africa, Southern Asia, in India. And, these are very seasoned, articulate, educated, professional women and men, right? And I think what has helped me in my journey, I'm South African born. I lived in South Africa for many, many years. I lived in Italy for many years. I completed my studies in Italy, and now I'm living in Belgium. And the fact that I had the opportunity, because you need to have that support from your family and your environment for you to take that step forward, right? And mentors and everybody. And I went in there and I finished my BBA, my MBA, completed that. And having done that, and having, with the travel around it, and having progressed as a woman with a lot of support from my mom and my dad, who said, you as an individual person, go ahead and absolutely, your education is the key to your success, right? Doesn't matter if you take a different journey after you've graduated, you've received your degrees, but you can stand strong, you can stand firm and confident, right? So I continued and I finished and I went into the international environment. But the fact that I learned and I had that education level and I had also the skill set of different languages, you're learning to interact with different people, and you open up a new world, a new way of collaboration, a new way of understanding different cultures, different ways of working. And you can bring that together into a melting pot, and it shows my strength and my success really comes from the communication skills that I've learned, the way of negotiation. It's all coming from the very fact that I was given the opportunity, but also I took the opportunity, I grabbed it, anything that came my way. If I could learn, if I could go on an internship, if I could do something more to help a non-profit organization, if I could go out there and work on an independent project, do sideline nano degrees, I did it. Anything to progress yourself. Even today, I continue doing that. You don't stop. You never stop. You always make sure you're one step ahead and you continue to learn anything to improve yourself. I think it's essential.
So what did you study in high school and university?
So high school in South Africa, we talked many years ago. I was maths and science. Those were my two majors, right? And then I graduated from there, and then I was undecided in the direction I wanted to go, but I got hooked on telecoms, right? So I went more into the direction where I majored in statistics, and a very strange combination with psychology, as odd as it sounds, right?
Wow.
So I did that, and then I completed my MBA with business.
Wow.
So a variety of everything, a huge variety, but I majored, and that's the biggest focus I had on those two. And here I am,
Wow.
So,
So what inspired you to take up the science or math-related subjects at that time, when there were not a lot of women, I guess, in those fields?
No, due to my parents, my father, right, who we are three children, two daughters. He had two daughters and a son, and I'm the middle child. And he always wanted to make sure, and both to myself and my sisters, and please make sure you stand on your own 2 feet, and you never have to look at anybody in the eye. You can look after yourself, right? And the education was essential. And, you know, a little bit of a challenge. I maybe it's in my character, maybe it's just because of the environment I was in. My father's a successful businessman. I felt I wanted to demonstrate that I want to lead a little bit and follow in his footsteps. More than normal, just like yourself, right?
Yeah.
You're a very successful family as well. So you take the challenge upon yourself, and trust me, I was never always comfortable. I always had the feeling like, oh goodness, what have I done? Really, is this really? Am I capable of doing this? And you put a little bit of extra effort. You know, sometimes it's not that simple, and you maybe you fail, but you keep going at it. But the fact of the matter is, once you have achieved it, you have graduated, you've exited, and you can walk into a university overseas, because coming from South Africa to Europe, you know, you had to walk in there strong, right? It was a little bit, we're talking years ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it was a difficult choice, but it was the right choice. Yeah. I don't do anything with maths or science today.
Yeah.
Nothing. But in the telecom world, it has certainly helped me never to give up. You keep progressing to find the solution.
And what was your most enjoyable moment in your whole pathway and journey, in a way, that you enjoyed the most, whether it was at work or school?
I even while you're working, you still have to have fun. You still have to enjoy it, right? But I think the journey that I had in terms of trying to figure out what I had to do, meeting the different types of people along the path, and who influences your journey as you're growing up, as you're going through high school, and then your second degree, the different people that actually help guide you, give you advice. And sometimes, you know, I think everything happens for a reason, right? And you just bump into the right person. At high school, I got, in university in Italy, I got really gotten very well with one of my professors from a business. And she's the one who introduced me as an intern to the company I'm working for today. So, you know, I started with that. And I said, oh, why not? And 6 months later, I mean, I was completely hooked on telecom. So it's just by chance who you meet up with, and be open. Try to, I think what I always try to teach my children as well, don't think you always know better. Listen. Things come your way for a reason. You open it up, explore it, use your head, of course. They don't just say, oh, I'm going to jump in, you know, hands, feet and everything. But grab every opportunity that comes your way. You might not see it as important at that moment, but it builds your character. You can learn, and if you can be kind and help and return something at the same time, I think you got to do it.
Yes. So you must have faced many challenges along your way, being a woman pursuing maybe not only a math or science related career, but even in telecom. So how did you overcome these challenges?
You always, I think the one thing I did was I would never say, I was very honest to myself, right? I would try to stay stone-faced in a public arena. If I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know that answer, or I don't know how to do that. But I would never be phased. I always said, I'll get back to you, we'll figure it out. And I would challenge myself to go and figure it out. I would never give up. So, there were many, many, many impediments, roadblocks, and you think, oh, how am I going to do? And what you do is you go back and pretend you're back at school, put your papers around you, fill up your PC, write down what the issues are, your objectives, how you want to get there, and what do you have to solve. Make it a problem-solving activity, and calling the people you know, and don't be too shy to ask for help, right? And a leader is successful because they have a strong team around them. If you don't always think you have to be the smartest, the most intelligent, and the quickest. Surround yourself with good people, but if they can trust you and they learn to work with you and you show the trust and respect back, and they will help you find that problem-solving issue that you're facing, and off you go.
Yeah, that's some great advice, I guess. Did you face any trade-offs while trying to maintain a work-life balance?
Oh, that is the biggest challenge any woman who has a family, right?
Yes.
And it's so difficult because you don't want to give up on anything. You do not want to shortchange anybody. So you don't want to miss out on any activity of your children. You don't want to feel that you're not being a good mom or the household is not being well taken care of. You want to have a nice meal with your family, but you certainly don't want to ever let people at work know that you are juggling 10,000 balls in the air because you will not make anything drop. Nothing needs to fall off your desk. Nothing can fall between the cracks. And no matter if you're running into the office, you're late or something, you're sitting down there, you compose yourself and you stay sharp. And that's one thing I've learned is think in buckets. When I'm here, I stay fully focused on this. I give my 100%. I go home, I give my 100%. If you're a challenge, there's one thing you sacrifice, and that's yourself. Yeah, because you forget to do something for yourself, but you shouldn't do that. And as you get a little older, like you're going to be like me many years' time, don't do that. Remember, you are the most important person, right? And if you have the energy and you feel good within yourself, that's when you're good with everybody else. But when you start losing the appreciation of yourself and you're not giving yourself the time, you will see it shows because you're not being able to give it back to somebody else as well. But that will remain a challenge for generations still to come. I don't think any woman will ever find the magic formula, but that's why we are who we are, right? Because we can do it. We can absolutely do it. We juggle. And with a smile on our face.
Yes. So over the span of your career, have you seen the role of women in the workplace change?
Yes. I think they're stepping up. I think they're feeling more confident to say something, and they know they're going to be backed up and respected and listened to. And I want to see more of that. And I want to see more of that in more of the emerging markets as well, the growing markets, third world countries. That has to become stronger. It's fantastic to see.
And also, are there more women coming into the workplace than before?
Say that one more time.
Are a lot of more women coming into the workplace?
Oh, absolutely. If I just speak of where I see in Belgium, it's a very, very equal, balanced society. Certainly in my workforce, in my environment, you have very balanced male-female ratio, but also giving the younger generation the opportunity. That's key.
Yeah.
That's important. Yeah. And to keep them motivated and to give them the knowledge, the wisdom, and the sharing. I see a very nice balance coming through.
Wow. Because from what I've heard from other women as well, is that more women are now pursuing very different careers as well, science related. And I think that's really nice to hear that there has been a change over the years, that they've decided to have the courage to take up such a career.
No, I agree.
So having such a successful career, what advice would you give young girls who are wanting to go into science?
I would say that's a good question, actually. The best advice is that don't lose your confidence. Don't lose your individual, your own true. Don't lose your true self, right? You will be continuously challenged always as a woman because you coming through it. Remember, woman is very dynamic, right? You can do so many things. And now you're coming strong into an environment or an industry that place was never created for a female person. Now you're coming in and being very successful. So never lose your own confidence and don't lose your own self, your own thinking. You know, don't fall into the norm. If you don't keep your your identification and stand true to it. If you firmly believe in something, don't give up. Because someone else makes it difficult for you, don't give up. If you can't go through the front door, go through the back door. And if you can't do that, you break down the wall. You keep going. That's what it is. Yeah. Just be true to yourself.
Do you have any advice for me on my campaign on how I can improve it and work maybe more closely with other girls?
I think if I just look at you, Marika, with that lovely, beautiful smile of yours and the intelligence and the wonderful conversation I've had with you, I think if you can create small forums like you are doing already and maybe show the enthusiasm and the energy you have around it and just continue that conversation. And I think word of mouth is so strong. And as you can open up, maybe go to different schools, engaging with organizations like ourselves, with the companies like ourselves, and again, wherever we can help, an odd visit or a phone call or mentoring, whatever it is, but it will latch on very soon. And I think all the different communication tools that we have at the moment here, that is your gateway, right? Use it. Oops. Did we lose each other? Okay.
Yes. Thank you very much for everything, for your interview, for taking out the time. And,
it's a pleasure. An absolute pleasure. And it's nice to meet you finally.
Yes.
And, you know, when I come around to London, I'll drop you a note or something.
Yeah, sure.
If it works out, we can catch up. And if it works for the next time, I'm very often there.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're more than welcome. And safe travels back to the UK.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Take good care.
Bye. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.